All right, let's jump right in. We're going to unpack a single powerful idea today, a mindset shift that can literally change how you see every single challenge in your life. It's called radical ownership. So let me ask you something. Have you ever felt just completely stuck? You know that feeling, right? Like you're hitting your head against the same brick wall over and over, and you just can't seem to get anywhere. Yeah, I think we've all been there. And when we feel that way, our brain becomes this amazing excuse-making machine. It's so good at it. It starts spitting out stuff like, well, the economy is the problem, or, my boss is just so unfair. My past is what's holding me back. And the all-time classic, you know what? It's just not the right time. And they sound so real, don't they? They feel totally valid. But here's the thing. Every single one of those reasons has one thing in common. They all point outward. It's this super basic human instinct, you know? When we're faced with a problem, our first reaction is often to look around and find someone or something to blame. But, and this is the big but, this is the entire point of what we're talking about today. That simple, almost automatic habit of pointing the finger, well, it comes with a cost, a really, really big hidden cost. I mean, really think about this for a second. The instant you blame something external, the market, another person, your circumstances, whatever, you quite literally hand over your power. You're basically saying, well, my hands are tied until that thing over there changes. And you know what that is? That is a guaranteed recipe for staying stuck. Okay, so if pointing the finger makes us powerless, what's the alternative? How do we actually get that power back? Well, the answer is choosing a totally different path, and that's what we call the path of radical ownership. So what is this radical ownership thing? It's the mindset where you take 100% responsibility, not just for the problem, but for engineering the solution. It's about looking at every single challenge, no matter how daunting, and asking the only question that actually matters. Okay, what can I do here? It completely flips the script. A roadblock becomes an opportunity for you to grab the steering wheel. All right, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work in the real world? Especially when it really, truly feels like something isn't my fault. That is a great question. So let's break down how you can actively start reclaiming your power. I mean, just look at this contrast. It's night and day, right? On the one side, you've got the blame game, that external focus. You lose power, you're just waiting around for things to happen, and you get stuck staring at the problem. But then, look at the other side. With an internal focus, with ownership, you don't just find power, you create it. You don't wait, you initiate action, and you become the one who engineers the solution. You go from being a passenger to being the driver. It really boils down to a simple 3-step playbook. First, you just have to acknowledge the shortfall. No sugarcoating, no excuses, just the facts. Okay, the project is behind schedule. Step 2, and this one's the crucial and often the hardest part, own your contribution. Ask yourself, how did I contribute to this? Now, this isn't about blaming yourself. It's about finding your leverage. Maybe the answer is, you know what, I didn't communicate the new deadline clearly enough. And right there, that leads to step 3. You engineer the solution. You don't wait. You create the plan to get things right back on track. When you start running this play over and over again, something really amazing starts to happen. You stop waiting around for a rescue. You start leading yourself out of every single challenge. And that's the ultimate payoff here. This isn't just about fixing problems. It's about winning. Because taking ownership isn't about beating yourself up. It's about empowering yourself. It is the only reliable path to lead yourself and anyone you're responsible for to victory. So I'll leave you with this one last question. Forget about all the big, complicated problems for just a minute. Bring it right down to today, right now. What is the one thing, one little frustration, one stalled project, one relationship that you can decide to take radical ownership of, starting right now?